The topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to Mindset Marketing Mastery, the show that brings you the top speakers in the marketing and video industry. With your host, Marie Mason.
Hi, how are you doing today? Oh my gosh.
Hello.
You're unmute. Okay, there you go. Awesome. We're ready to roll this morning. Oh my gosh, do we have a fun show for you? And it's a surprise show, right, Plinny?
Yeah, welcome everybody to Marketing Mindset Mastery radio show and broadcasting show. We're on YouTube too, remember?
Yeah, we're on YouTube, Facebook, and we're anyway, we just have so much fun. So today, for the next 2 weeks, we're not going to have guests on the show. We're going to be the guests, and we're going to bring back the Marketing Minds, the Who Wants to Be a Marketing Master game show. And along with that, we're going to give you a roadmap for 2 different topics. This week, we're going to talk about a marketing roadmap based on the topics that the speakers have presented and the information they have shared on the show for the last 18 months. And next week, Plinny's favorite, we're going to talk more about the video roadmap. You know, how do we, from even maybe use some of our top tips in there. We can even piece together some of that she shared also as well. So, oh my gosh, ready? We're going to be drinking from a fire hose today, aren't we?
Yeah, a lot of stuff. But we have also, as we say that there is a game quiz, we have also some presents for our listeners and watchers out there. So stick with us. You have to stay until the end, by the way, because we will make some questions about what we're talking about. So we're doing basically a wrapping up of everything, of the best tips. And we received from our guest, and we're going to do 2 questions, one in the first half, one in the second half. And if you answer correctly, you're going to get some gifts from myself and from Mary.
Yep.
So you're going to stick with us.
We love being generous, and we love to our audience because you guys are fantastic. We love all of our audiences. So we love everybody in the audience. So you guys make the show. So basically,
Right.
Welcome back to the Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio Show with the host Marie Mason and co-host Plinny Phoenix. And just really quickly to remind everybody, Marie is an agency owner of Liberty Virtual Solutions, business coach, business mindset coach, Arthur, and is from Charlottesville, Virginia. And I help basically heart-centered coaches to launch their webinars, and Plinny Phoenix is our expert voice reader. I guess, is that the right way of saying it? Okay. And confidence coach, and based in Dublin, Ireland. Though, are you still in Dublin? Or
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, you're back in Ireland? Okay.
Yeah.
Because at one point you were visiting Italy, so I wasn't sure which.
Yeah, my parents live there.
Okay, awesome. So you're back in Ireland, and then she actually helps passion-based entrepreneurs to become more confident in working on their voice through singing, and that's a great confidence booster.
That's a thing. Yeah, not everybody do that, working on their voices. It's fun.
And it's all about the breath work, I'm sure. So anyway, today's topic is about design and attractive marketing roadmap. And like Plinny alluded to, it's all based on our guests that we've had on the show the 18 months. Oh my gosh, every time I go on the show, I feel like I'm drinking from a fire hose, but it's so much good information. So make sure you listen to the replay several times and go apply it, because I'm telling you, when you do, you're going to see a lot of success. So take it away, Plinny. Would you like to introduce some of our prizes?
Yeah, absolutely. So we wanted to do a wrap-up roadmap, because a lot of people get a lot of tips, but they don't know to connect them together.
Right.
Here we are. So instead of our normal top tips of the week, this week we are hosting this special episode. So we're bringing back Who Wants to Be Marketing Master game show. So stay until the end, so you get the questions and you can win actually
one of
our
these prizes.
prizes. So you can find the answers in the chat, YouTube channel, and Facebook group. So interact with us. We see your answers straight away. So our prize today includes one lucky winner today will get free access to Mary's self-paced marketing course. Wow, that's huge, Mary. Another one lucky winner, we get one free assessment of their business model or webinar Reliance by Mary. No, by Mary.
Yeah. No, it's actually readiness. We're gonna just assess how ready they are to launch their webinar. So
Fantastic.
yeah,
That's what you want, right?
and it's important because not everybody is aware that they're even ready or not. I'm thinking, because they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, you get on to the next one. I know I don't want to hold us up.
From me, you will get, as I am voice coach and also confidence coach, you can get a free singing voice assessment. Why for entrepreneurs? Because the voice is the same, whether you use it for speaking or singing. But singing is fun. So that's something you want to look into. So that's a free voice assessment. So you can just do it with me directly, and another one will win a free discovery call with me. So a personalized discovery call to see what they need to move forward, connect to the audience, and how to use the voice.
Perfect. And let me just let you all know, you can, since we may only have time for 2 questions, you can pick which one of those you want. So just let us know Pliny's, Marie's marketing course, Marie's webinar assessment, Pliny's voice assessment, or Pliny's discover call. And just kind of just let us know in the chats or when you guys do the answers if you're the winner. Okay, so that way we can help you send you the right links. So there you go. So, oh my gosh, are we going to have some fun? I'm going to start us off and get us really clear on something. So really, I'm going to just break down with your help and guidance about what it is, the process for marketing based on what I was able to come together. I picked the top 10 speakers. Oh my gosh, I had to really narrow it down too, Plenty. We had so much good value, but I can only fit so much in this show. So let's buckle up and get going. So step 1 is to overcome the fear of marketing. And one of the things I always find out is people could be afraid of marketing. I don't know why. It's nothing too upsetting
It
about
seems
it.
complicated.
I
It does.
think
When we start, there is a lot to do, and everybody talks so complicated. But our guests were so able to narrow it down.
Right. So that's what our whole show is about. It's about marketing, but it's also about other pieces of it too, like videos and business mindset, and also interview topics, because we like to make sure we address the whole person as well as the business side of things. So really what it is that there's really one of the things that people are afraid of is they're afraid of marketing themselves and putting themselves out there. And I want to sit there and say that most of them are afraid of the sales part, and they don't know how to sound real and authentic sometimes, because most people are like getting all these free scripts where it's a sales pitch, which is great. But what it is you really want to find your authentic, real self, and to find your own wording and do it like naturally, and do like a conversation. And I think that's where most people mess up. They want to do the cut and dry, cut and paste thing, and there is a point to that, but you really need to put that human touch there and really kind of find value in everybody's that you connect with, because you want to find out what it is that you're connecting them about, and that's something that people seem to miss. And another reason is that they're facing the imposter syndrome, which especially when they're first getting started and they don't have the confidence of their skills. And that's really and being able to get the job done. So here's the thing: you need to be able to have clarity on your skills, of which, and only offer things you're strong in doing, that you would be doing in a job, right? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be throwing mud at the wall and seeing what sticks. You want to really be able to offer stuff. And then if you have to, go get some courses or free stuff online too. And I might put some resources together for you guys for next week's show. If for those who want it, I can get, but be places where you can get some free training. But if you are uncertain about something, get some training or go get a coach, because sometimes when at the end of the day, you don't want to do it by yourself. So you want to
Yeah.
so the next thing is we're going to define marketing, which is marketing is connect, and this is what Cheryl Bernstein actually did on our show. She was one of our co-hosts. But Cheryl said the definition of marketing is connecting and just letting people know what you do, who you serve, and how do you transform, and where do they find you. That's
Yeah,
the
because the
simple
people
definition.
forget a lot, like the basics of marketing that seems so scary is just let people know what you do, because one day they might need you,
Hmm.
and when that comes up, they will say, "Oh, that person can help me actually because she was doing this thing." So just be out there, and when someone needs you, they will call you,
That's right.
right?
Perfect. And then I'm going to finish up these two tips, and I'm going to have you do tip 2 if you like.
Yeah,
But anyway, the two other tips that I want to hone in on is that the reason that you need marketing for your business is that you have to keep the pipeline full. Means you always have to be on the lookout of finding new potential clients for your business. Even when you're working with clients, you still have to have potential clients coming in to talk to you. And you have to be able to find that balance of being able to do both. So the next tip is, what kind of marketing do you need for your business? Well, or what kind of marketing do I do personally for my business, and what you can also do for your business. Blogs. I also do email campaigns as well as social media campaigns. I also do newsletters. Networking, virtual networking events, or in-person ones. When we start getting more, we're starting to get back more into in-person ones, but I'm doing more networking events online. And then I tend to form like JV partners or affiliates, and we've had people talk about that too. And then also sharing most social media posts as well for it to basically help reach our target market organically. I also do those social media campaigns. So a lot of it is you're just trying to reach out to your ideal target market, but you got to know who that is. So we'll talk about that soon. Anyway, and then the reason for you need a coach really is simple. Is every client is going to resonate with somebody differently. Like some Pliny has her peeps that resonate with her. I have mine, and our clients resonate with us for our personalities as well as for our knowledge. So, and a lot of it depends on where they're at in their life at that time. So, I know that the difference is whenever and I don't know if you found this to be true because you're a coach too, but um, whenever I find a client that's a soul client, it's simply because it works. You just get each other, you understand each other, and you know exactly how to fit and what's needed in that session at that day and that moment. Wouldn't you kind of agree on that kind of?
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yep.
I do tailor-made lessons.
Hmm.
So I like the one-on-one because you can work with the piece of the person in front of you, way of learning, way you understand stuff. Everybody start from one point and want to go to another point from A to B. But these A to and B are not the same for different people. I like that thing of personalizing everything. And
Exactly.
if you show yourself as authentic as you true yourself, it's easier because this person will connect with you. There are 1,000 coaches that do the same thing that you do out there, but I think that our personality and our way to do something, it's bringing the clients to us, the right people.
Exactly. And
Right.
it's the key thing is bringing the right clients, because you don't want to work with somebody who's going to make you miserable, you
No.
and you don't, and also you don't want to be able to you want to be able to help them. And the best way to
Yeah.
do that is working with the right clients. That I figured like that piece is so important to address, which
Hmm.
is why I spent more time on it. We're going to
I
be a
agree.
little bit shorter on the rest of them, but the key thing is you could go and check out that podcast. It is over at the YouTube channel, and it's under I believe it's under the title, which is Overcome the Fear of Marketing. And then it's by Cheryl and Bernstein and Marie Mason. So please go check that one out on our YouTube channel and also on Spotify, etc., all over the place. So Pliny, would you like to introduce step 2, and just kind of we're going to do a bullet points from here on in, because I have a feeling we're
Yeah.
going to run out of time before we
Well,
run out
what
of
you
topics.
said, it was so important that
Hmm.
we needed to talk about that a little bit
Hmm.
more, right? But
That's why. Good.
second step is really, really important, and it's connected to what I do because I'm a confidence coach too. So we want to design an attractive marketing roadmap, and you can't do it if you don't work on building your confidence. That's what people come to me for, because they don't feel confident about what they do, about talking to people, about their job, about a lot of things. And the confidence is important. And we had a great guest, Georgia Vargas, that she talked about how to build confidence, courage, creativity, and paint the picture on finding your authentic voice. Because let's say it, you need to be yourself, because you are the only person. But if you are like someone else, you are competing with someone else, right? If you're unique, no competition. So think about it. So I want to start. We talk about her, like, so get and check the episode with Georgia Vargas. That it's a Vargas, and she's a book coach from England. So helps experts and tough leaders to finally write the business book and generate leads and make an impact on others. But whether you're writing a book or not, you want, if you're an entrepreneur or coach, you want to build your confidence. So how to find your authentic voice, increase your confidence, courage, and creativity? First, work on your confidence, and you have to redefine yourself and find your authentic voice. What do you want? What do you like? Do you want to work with certain type of people? Do you want to help a certain type of people? Do you like to work from 9 to 5 for only on Saturday? Whatever it is about your business, get clear on that. Second, you need to have courage. It's not always about saving lives or speaking out. There is a quiet courage that comes within, in yourself. So don't lie to yourself. Creativity, so important. We need to find new ways to connect to people. And creativity doesn't put you in a pedestal, but it shows the uniqueness of yourself. Make decisions is another really tough point. Don't stay 2 hours, like 2 days deciding for something in your business. Decide. You need to move forward, because if you don't make a decision, you get stuck, and you can't. The business need to move, so you cannot accept to don't make decisions. Because it leads to overwhelming and overanalyzing and all that stuff. So make a decision, move forward, and then learn from it. Self-love. Mary, about this, what do you know? When we started, oh my gosh, I think we forgot about ourselves.
Oh yeah.
And
Especially when you're building a business for yourself, you feel like because you're the only one doing the work. So we tend to put ourselves on the back burner, and really we need to remember that we are the number one person that we need to take care of.
exactly, because you remember, like when you go on a flight, they tell you the oxygen mask, if you're so unlucky to get that, who puts it first? You put it first, and then you can put it to your son or kid.
Or person
you first, because if you put it to someone else and you don't have oxygen, you cannot help. So you first, and then you can help others. It's so important. If you are not at the top of your energy, if you're not feeling well, how are you supposed to work and help others?
Exactly.
If you don't feel energetic, what are you doing in a call? Like, oh yeah, hi, how are you? No, come on. Like, we need energy from our coaches, right?
They bring us up. It's going to show, right? It's going to show in everything they're doing, whether they own their skills, whether they lack the confidence, whether they're run down. Oh my gosh, you can tell by just looking at somebody's person and demeanor if they're taking care of themselves or not. I mean, I don't know, your voice goes, you tell me, do you find that to be true? I mean, finding other people,
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we hold on that because it's important for self-care and self-love. So anyway, so take care of yourselves is what we're saying. So the next point
absolutely.
Is, drum roll.
The next one is find your authentic voice. There is always we can all talk about the same things. Like I'm in marketing experts are there, voice coaches or confidence coaches. There are a lot, but each one of us bring his own experience, and you are sharing your own point of view. So you can talk about the same things the other talk, because people need that stuff, but you can share your own point of view and people will connect with that. So be natural and put everything in a conversational way. Don't be like weird or
robotic,
fake. Exactly. Be
like a
yourself.
bot.
Be natural. At the end of the day, we want to work with someone because it's a person, because they can understand us. So
Right.
we are looking for a coach that can help, and we need the connection. We don't connect to a robot, right? So be yourself, and there will be someone that likes you.
Yeah, we may have to skip ahead in a few minutes, but I did want to hone in on this one example, and that is, I do a lot of lead generation, and I connect with people, and I want to see if I have a real person at the other end to make sure it's a real person and not like an automated thing, because I get some of those too. We're all guilty of hearing about those, right, and seeing them. But one of the things I did was I actually responded with like real life situations, like, oh, my garden or my kid or whatever, as well as not just about business. And the person messaged me back saying, thank you for being a real person and talking to a real person, because I'm like,
Right.
I found something that we connected on, gardening or kid. So it was like, you got to be able to put some of yourself and what you do into those conversations but make it conversational and not just scripted. And that's why
Yeah.
it's so important that we hone on this, because when you're talking to people and you're trying to connect, you're trying to find common ground to connect with them. And that's why we say be authentic and be yourself. So we're going to move on to the next one, which is
We're
step
going to step number 6. I
3.
like that one. And then we go to the question, right?
We might have to, but I'm going to just buzz through number 3 real quick.
Hmm.
Crafting your message, which is really the hook, the story, and the offer. We're going to keep it as simple as that. And then position yourself as a leader. And what it is you just position the problem you solve, the offering, what is it that you're offering people? Does the audience, what do they need? And then also the solution that's important to them. I wanted
Yeah.
to highlight them that quick. So those 2 people, you're going to want to listen to Hannah Capol. I don't know, how do I pronounce her name? Hannah Capoli.
Capoli, yeah.
Thank you. I was really butchering it at first, but she actually did Crafting Your Message to a Story. Oh my gosh, go listen to her. She is an award-winning founder and network and podcast host. And oh my gosh, conference facilitator and the video podcaster herself. Go check her out on our YouTube channel. And Doug, what was it? Sean Douglas was and Mark Hunter were our first podcast guests. So you'll find them on Speaker and Spotify and all that. So I wanted to share and just touch base with that. But the next one is crafting your irresistible lead generation offers, and really just the quality. You really got to you need to be able to qualify them and get really targeted traffic. You need to be able to engage into a conversation and then filter them on the webinars. And then, oh my gosh, go to Steve Martle, who's a social media marketing consultant and lead generation expert from Canada. So check out his channel check out YouTube channel and Spotify. He's on there. And then number 6, I just wanted to do those really quick, and then you can reveal step number 6, Plinny, just because I know we got a question, and then we got to go to commercial break. So
yeah.
go for it.
So number 6 is understanding your target market. So this is so important, Mary. I think you say it so many times. You need to understand who are you talking to, and don't talk to others. So as a business owners, we need to solve problems for your clients. So get clear who these guys are. You needed to tell us the impact you are going to make for your client. So what you can do for them. And it's understanding your client on a personal level, you know them. Like you're talking for, I don't know, for Sarah, they need something. You really need to think about a person and figure out what their real struggle is. So not what they're saying. This is a tricky one, right?
Oh, yeah.
What they need, not what they are saying they need. And on your discovery calls, you realize that the purpose is not to sell, but to understand who they are. That's another thing that people struggle with, like this discovery call. You're there to help them and look for the common thread amongst them and build a client profile, because you will work for long. So get yourself in that from the beginning. And we talk about this with Chrissy Robinson, brand strategist, to walk you through the steps on how to understand your target market. And she can help you with that. And Chris is amazing. So go and check out the episode with her and the YouTube channel as well. Yep. And with that said, we have a question for you. So this is a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
ready? So drum roll, please. Go for it. You want me to ask it, or do you want to ask it?
I ask it. Okay. So question number 1. If you listen until now, how do you understand your target market? Mary, I said that this was too easy. Okay, mm-hmm. We just say it.
Yep.
Answer number A. As business owner, we solve problems for your clients. B. Tell us the impact you are going to make for your clients. C. It's understanding your client at personal level, figuring the real struggle that they are not saying. D. On your discovery calls, you realize that the purpose is not to sell, but to understand who they are. E. Look for the common thread amongst them and build a client profile. Or F. All the above.
We'll give you a hint.
I don't know. Which one is it?
Plinny, I don't know. They need to go back and re-listen, because I can tell you it was literally right. We just literally
was it just 1 minute ago? So
yeah, so it should be fresh in their minds.
Quick.
All right. So we're going to type in the chat. We're going to reveal the answers on the second half of the very end of the show. And also, if you guys won, we'll also let you guys know if you won a prize. So we got to go into commercial break. So really quick, thanks Plinny for helping me share some valuable tips today to help our audience grow themselves, especially in their marketing, in this part of their business. And oh my gosh, are we going to be drinking from a fire hose in the second half of the show? So stick around. We got more prizes to give out too.
So we'll be right back.
Right. So we'll be, this ends this segment of our show. You're listening to the Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio Show with your talk host, Marie Mason and Plinny Phoenix. We'll be right back, and we're going to commercial break now.
We're taking a short break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Marketing Mindset Mastery, the show that brings you the top speakers in the marketing and video industry, with your host, Marie Mason. The show is brought to you by Liberty Virtual Solutions. We work with business coaches and speakers to help them market and host their webinars and upsell their coaching programs and develop heart-centered relationships with their audience. Welcome back to the Marketing Mindset Mastery Show with your host, Marie Mason, a premier podcast that helps you master your marketing skills.
I just love that beat. How about you, Plinny? Are you still with me? Okay, for a second there, I thought I lost you. Yay! Yeah, I always know when we get on the show, it's close to the weekend, so I start to get into this dance mode. So anyway, welcome back to the Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio Talk Show with your host Marie Mason and Plinny Phoenix. And oh my gosh, I'm not going to get into all this stuff that we talked about, because we talked about the first half of the show with the topics, but we are talking about the topic of design and attractive marketing roadmap, all based on all of our amazing speakers from all of the last 18 months, because you got to have those recap shows. So we're going to be doing one today on marketing, and next week we're going to talk about video. So it's going to be amazing. So buckle up. Let's go. So the step that you did the last one, I'll do the next one. So the next step is the client's journey. And my dear friend, Mark Hunter, who's also my web developer, and actually was my first co-host, believe it or not, Plinny, because he got me over the fear of doing video. Believe it or not.
Mark. You created a monster here. She's
Oh, I don't know.
amazing now, huh?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had a lot of encouragement along the way, but he was the one that helped me make it happen. So, thanks to Mark, we got it rolling, and he's just an amazing friend. So, really quickly, I want to be able to tell you the next step is about the client's journey, and the client's journey is about taking your clients from not knowing who you are to loving you and referring you, and it's all about goes from being awareness all the way to creating a brand that advocates good dose of nurturing and serving in the middle. And it's so important that you understand that you're serving your clients. You're not just out there to get the money, you're in there to really serve them and help them. So be heart centered when you're dealing with your clients. That's what I'm honing in on this as well. And I know that's
Well
something,
said.
and for a man, he's really heart centered too. And so are you and I. We're just have that same connection. And so here's how you do that. How do you connect and get started engaging with my, I don't know, understand your target market is the best place to start. Then understand the principles for the traffic, where the traffics are, which is the three categories or for traffic is paid, free, and partnerships. Stay away from the paid ones until you have a little more clarity about your target market.
Yeah.
And also the algorithms are changing, so you might want to just be wary of that. And then also the three types of traffic is for temperatures, traffic temperatures as he called them, is cold, warm, and hot. In other words, these are kind of like the act like filters. So you need to
Yeah,
know
it's
if
like
they're yeah,
in-person people. Like when you meet someone, you don't tell them about your life, right? You
right,
introduce yourself, right? And
right.
then you go for a coffee. I might come out like some stories of what you do in your life. And then when you know a person, then you can share something deeper. So don't act like a business is different. It's like life. So be normal.
Exactly.
Don't be
Like
fake. Be authentic. Like it's like this. It's this thing. So
right,
cold, warm, and hot is how close to you are people. Do you
right.
know them?
It's like how what kind of vibe are you picking from them too?
Yeah,
Like do you feel like you have a good relationship? Are you need a little work on it? And also, find out where they are with wanting to work with you. What are the results? I mean, I think that's really what he was focusing on is find out what where are they with the results? And yes, you want to be results oriented, but at the same time you want to also see how the vibes are, so you guys have to want to assess them a little bit, where they are and wanting to work with you. And then they might just become like affiliate partners, so you might want to collaborate with them instead. So that's okay if they don't become a client. So figure out where they are on that scale, and then that filtering scale, and then also choose your platform to reaching them with their on their target based on their target market. So different target markets might be on different platforms. Like coaches might be on, TikTok is a new one that's coming up in the market. Facebook is starting to be kind of iffy these days. And then, LinkedIn is where all the business people are. So, it depends on who your target market is, and you might want to do some research on that. And then go listen to Mark Hunter's podcast on it was actually on the word positioning, and that was our very first one on speaker. It is not on YouTube. I did not have that on that. So would you like to do the next one, Pliny? Where to find our
absolutely.
peeps?
Ooh, where do you find your clients?
Hmm.
Oh, this is a good one.
That's one of the biggest
Uh,
questions you get too, I bet too. I mean, oh my
yeah, like we don't have to stop like looking for clients, of course. Like unless
it's
you want to do it for
ongoing.
1 month only and say, oh, let me try to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
But
it's ongoing, right? That's what marketing's all
exactly. You
about.
want to
Yeah.
keep going. There may be clients you work with again, but you want new ones as well. So places to find clients, hot market. Hot markets, it's really where the people are, like your ideal client. Offline. Offline, it means in person, like all times, right? Do you
Mhm.
remember that?
Oh
And
yeah, we
I
used
know
to
the
do that before
situation
COVID.
now, but you can
Yeah.
still find people in person. It can be anywhere, anywhere, okay? It can be supermarket. It can be friend of a friend. It can be at a dinner. Just say what you do. You don't have to sell anything. If they're interested, they will tell you.
Right.
But say everywhere what you do. Put the thing out there, the message out there. Online. Oh
Like
my,
a billboard.
exactly. What do you do? Oh, voice coach. Oh my gosh. Do you teach singing?
Yep.
Yeah, I do that too. Oh my gosh, I wanted to do that at a dinner just a few weeks ago. You know, I say all the time, I'm a confidence coach. I work with entrepreneurs, but then singers come to me because they know I do that thing too.
Right. It's all
You
about, like,
never know.
putting yourself out there.
Online. Of course, you find online because we are working online nowadays. So it could be through your website. It could be through other people's website. You remember the Mark Hunter's saying partnership as well. Online, it could be social networks. As Mary said before, it could be depending on where your clients are. Get clear on that. But you can find online in a lot of places. So this one might be even like only one episode about cold calling. This is really tricky, but you can find that too. Mary, I'm pretty sure in your courses there is something about this as well, right?
Yep. There's about several different things on there. So.
Exactly. So cold calling is when you call someone that is not really interested yet, because they don't know you. So those calls are to let them know that you exist and you can help them with their problems. So it's just
I use that as far like discovery calls, it's just getting to know them kind of calls. So that's what I term it as instead of cold calling. But for those
who
are
us first
on
date.
Online, yeah, it's like a first date. Exactly. And then there's also the number 5.
Yeah, the reputable job boards. You never know what you can find on a job board.
Oh my gosh.
People are already looking for you.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking for something that you offer. They don't know you, but they're looking for your services. So look into this. Type on internet and you can find it. And we talk about this with Tanya Shotterland, because is a certified internet marketing business strategist and owner of vanetworking.com. So check her out as a spokesperson, teacher, and a coach for virtual assistants. Because let's say it, when you started the business and if you don't scale, a lot of people don't want to scale and have a big team or big enterprise. They want to be just coach in their small business. Well, you have to do everything. So you might want to know all this stuff, because even if you then build a team, you need to know all this stuff to teach your team. So as coaches, we need to take care of this stuff too. So, and to find the clients, first.
Right. Yeah, and you can check her out at vanetworking.com. She's actually the coach that I started off with. And I spent 2 years working with Tanya, and I've got as far as I did with her help and with working with people that are inside the VA Insiders networking group. Oh my gosh, totally worth going there. If you're just a beginner and you have a low budget, it's really low feasible. And she even has a really good payment plan. So go check her audio out on speaker. She was the second or third speaker of our show. And there's going to be another speaker that was from that group as well, that's in there in that episode. But oh my gosh, check out Tanya Sutherland. We gave a lot of value on that episode. So thank you for that. We're going to speed it up. So next step is how to create value through marketing, because I think that's something that people sort of miss out on.
Yeah.
And so really quick, I'm going to highlight what Megan Brame did. She's an award-winner entrepreneur and author and digital marketer strategist from the U.S. She also talked about how to get entrepreneurs to rethink their mindset about marketing. And I'm not going to give out all the stuff. You're going to have to go check out the episode. So we're going to give you the highlights. And then what are some of the things that you think about people don't understand when it comes to marketing? So she highlighted that. And also can entrepreneurs utilize marketing without feeling pushy or annoying? Because let's face it, we don't want to sound like a sales pitch, right? Or a salesy kind of sleazy person. We want to find our authentic voice. It's the whole point of this marketing.
We want to help, not sell, but help.
Right. They don't want to be self-serving. They want to be really authentic and help you give you that transformation.
Because at the end of the day, we are all in business. So we know I need something to grow mine, and that someone else sells.
Exactly.
So I need it. I go and buy it.
Exactly.
That's it. We don't need to be salesy.
Exactly.
We just need to help each other.
And that's what I was bringing all these points up, because every one of them was honing in on the fact that they want to be authentic and they want to push. Oh my gosh, that's why I highlighted these.
I think, Mary, that's one of the the words that has been used the most in all along the episodes.
Right.
Authenticity, right?
Authenticity. Yeah, being authentic, being your real self, finding your real voice. Because oh my gosh, at the end of the day, you want to sound like a real human being and not like a salesy, pushy person. So there you go.
You
And
don't
so
like
that's
them.
oh no, no, we don't. And it's because, and I'll be honest, you can almost spot a fake person a mile away, or you can also spot a salesy person a mile away, because it's all about in the language and what they use. And oh my gosh, if you hear enough of them, you can literally spot them in like 30 seconds or less.
Yeah, even
So,
less. Yeah.
and they turn you off. I don't know about me, but anyone else, but they turn me off. So I can imagine you don't want people being turned off by sounding like a
Yeah,
sales.
I think we can even like think about it like we can be both. Actually, we are all the time both. We are clients and we are coaches or entrepreneur. So think about yourself when you have to buy something or be the client. What would you like to have? What would you like to be treated? So think about from the point of view of a client. If you were a client, what would you like to do?
Yep, exactly. Think of
that's
it
it.
from the client's perspective. It's a very good
Yeah.
point. Yeah, I agree. So, but the next 2 points that Megan made were, are there different ways that marketing can work for different platforms? So here's another point. So blog posts might be good on like Facebook, for example, or social media posts, but you might want to do like videos on like TikTok. You might want to do some kind of content marketing on, and social media, and just social media blast on LinkedIn. And it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. So know what the end point is and where you want to take the person on the next client, on the next journey with you. So, and be clear, crystal clear on the content and which social media platforms that content would be best suited for. And you might have to do a little of experimenting and see what works and doesn't work, because a blog post might not work on LinkedIn, but it might. It just depends also on the content. So do your research. I mean, I keep telling people that all the time. Do your research, find out what it is that your clients need, and then give them that information according to what kind of content that would best meet their needs. I actually did a survey when I first started, and I was which kind, and that was related to this topic, and that is, what content do you like to hear from the most about, or what resonates with you? And that
Interesting.
was and I asked them, was it blog posts, newsletters, videos, audios? And I gave several different kinds of things, even newsletters. And I was very interested to know that the highest one was videos. I was
Okay.
shocked. So there you go. So there's a lot of people want videos, but they want them short and sweet. They don't want them long-winded. So keep them like around 20 minutes or less.
This is actually really good because you're
Yeah,
basically asking your audience, what do you
right.
guys want? What do you
Yeah.
guys need?
Yeah, and that's something you could do in your research. You could do
Yeah.
polls.
Ask
Post
people.
polls. Yeah. And you'd be surprised. And then, go and ask them and say, what is it that you really want? And I'm here like, because what would be best for you? Because the whole point is, you don't want to throw out content and not get enough traction. You want to throw out
Yeah.
content and make an impact, but also get eyeballs on it. And it's only going to get eyeballs if you know what they need. So there's a tip that I learned from my own experience that's not even on Megan's little show, but she did mention about the different ways of marketing and the different platforms, and I thought that was a good example. So what the last tip on what she gave was, what are your favorite marketing campaigns of all times? Oh my gosh, she gave some fire hose information. So you guys have got to come up with a marketing campaign that includes things like content, and as well as, what else are in there? You can also, besides contact, you need to give them links to click on something. You need to be able to know like what the next step is. Are they going to click on a blog post? Are they click on a discovery call? Are they going to click to your webinar? I mean, you need to be able to know the clarity of that campaign, what the end result is, where you're going to send them. And I cannot emphasize that enough. So, that's just some things I wanted to share with you on that. But definitely check out Megan Brain's she's she's an award-winning entrepreneur, author, and digital marketer from the US, and go-to speaker. She I think she's also on YouTube as well, but I'm not sure. So definitely check out a speaker for sure. Oh my gosh, we're getting close to the end. Oh my gosh, we gotta
Yeah,
hurry
we
up.
have a number 10
Go
in
for it.
our marketing roadmap.
Go for
And
it.
we talk about this with the Phil Pelusha, business growth coach for service-based businesses in England. And he talked about how to build a relationship using conversation. That's the key, because we don't have to do anything complicated. We need to create relationships, conversation, all times, remember? Whether it's in person or through a computer, we need to build conversation. He said the key points. Relationship between building is a key part of your marketing strategy. So put it in your first, like write it on your wall, relationship building. Number 2, he talked about how do you become an authority in your niche. It's so important because you want to show yourself as an expert. You know you're the expert, but your audience needs to know too. So you have to show them why you're an authority. And what does being an influencer mean for your business? So why you should be an influencer, why you're the expert. How does being an authority change how you do business? So if you become an authority, if you are an authority for your audience, how is this changing your business? You need to be clear on that. And why does this work across so many different locations and sectors? So you need to work on different things. Don't work on only one channel. Don't work only on one thing. Business, there is not a rule of thumb for business. And if you're already in business, you know that it's like that. So don't pretend that there is a perfection out there. Don't look for the perfection. Don't look for the recipe of the ultimate recipe. There is not. There is something peculiar that works with your business that doesn't work with others, and you need to find out. And Phil Pelusha just talk about this. So check him out in the episode we did, and you can find him on Spreaker.com as well. There is a recording of him there.
Right.
And here we have the last question, Mary.
Yay! You want me to do that one? Because we got to actually wrap up the show. I can't believe it's been almost.
Go ahead.
Go for it. So wrap up the show. So last question.
Listen here. Second one.
Last question is how to build a relationship using conversations, and Plinny just did a fantastic job. So is it A, relationship building is a key for your marketing strategy? 2, or B, is it how do you become an authority in your niche? C, what does being an influencer mean for your business? And D, how does being an authority change your business? And then 5, or D or E in this case, sorry, E, and that is why does this work across so many different locations and sectors? Pliny did a great job painting on that picture just a second ago. So the last one is F as all of the above. So you make a decision, tell us in the chat, and even if you're not listening live and you listen to the replay, do just tell us the answers for A, B, C, D, E, or F on questions 1 and 2, and then and if you're the prize winner, we'll let you know, and you can pick which one. Oh my gosh, we got to close it out.
Oh
So
my
our
God.
action step is for everyone is go and try and apply what we just taught you in marketing, and just figure out your authentic voice. I mean, seriously, just go for it, and just don't be and learn to build that confidence, because the more you apply it, the more you do it, the better you're going to get. That is my action step for our today's show. Wouldn't you agree? So today, oh my gosh, we have some questions. So if you guys go to libertyvirtualsolutions.com, or if you want to go to connect with Plinny Phoenix you want to share your website?
Yes, it's bettervoicenow.com. You can find there my confidence starter kit, or you can get in touch and ask me about my discovery call.
Right. And that's the best place to reach us, really, is going through those websites. So in the meantime, oh my gosh, you can definitely check listeners can check out our YouTube channel and go to Marketing Mindset Mastery, and you'll check us out and look us up. So, oh my gosh, we have got to just close it out. Thank you, Plinny, for helping me do this. We drank through a fire hose today. Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Mary, for having me.
My pleasure. You've been my co-host since May of 2021. I can't believe we got one more
show.
We got another show for you next week, and we're going to talk a lot about it. Don't forget to go to our our shop, which is virtuallibertysolutions.com/shop. Every time you purchase a school backpack for $45, we donate a $5 gift card to a lucky teacher in the U.S., especially starting in Virginia, in our local area in Charlottesville, and then working our way outward. So please, we will be doing this all year round because we want to get back to our community. So Plinny, please close out our show.
Yeah, we'll see you next week again, so don't miss it. So you can go online now and answer our questions to have our prizes. Join us again the next episode. Great tips, ideas will be Mary and myself again for another amazing wrap-up episode with the show quiz. And we'll see you next time, Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, again here, podcast, radio, and YouTube channel. So I'm Plinny Phoenix, your co-host, with our host, Mary Mason. Thank you so much for being with us. And we'll see you next time. So see you next week.
That ends the show. Bye.
Go to our radio page and check out the gifts from our speakers. We'll see you next time on Marketing Mindset Mastery with your host, Marie Mason.